assistant folk to help them get those grants.
Yeah, when I was reading it, I thought about, I don't know if you remember this, it was a few weeks ago. You was doing something about doing that. It could have been maybe a month ago,
I know, I
but
got it.
you
I'm
was
about to
talking
say.
about the problems of the areas. Like hey, here are economic issues in your areas. And I think you had pulled up some stuff in different areas around that East
Oh,
Texas area.
yeah. I was showing water quality, the air
Yeah,
quality.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I got you.
Hmm.
I
So I
got you.
just thought, yeah, I thought that was good. That, that's just another little approach I'm gonna put in my tool bag. I got so many irons in the fire. I'm all over the place
So,
right now.
so look. So when you talk about your tool bag, right? Your tool bag probably can. Some of this probably can fit in a tool that you may already have.
I agree.
You just have to. So what I was telling Chris and Brandon last night is that some of it, if you look at it as if you can connect the subject matter experts or the scientists in your or the professors, the those who publish articles, those writers, if you can identify those at the universities that you're interested in working with, as being a collaborative partner, then you can narrow down how does that work for something you already have on your list, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. So yes, earlier today, I have a friend of mine. She's out of Maryland, and has a um she is a mentoring program for young women. And so I told her today, I said, hey, you missed that call. She's like, but I'm gonna do the in person. I said, that's not how we vibing right now. We are building on, so I don't need you in the class on the ninth and then asking me questions about what you should have learned in September and October. I need you to be in all of them if we have the virtual link. And the reason is because I need you to see your mentorship differently. Not differently, you could keep the same concept, but I need you to start being a mentor liaison for students in STEM. Meaning you're retired, you can chaperone these kids to these conferences and get you a teacher. Because a teacher don't have time. They don't want to deal with these kids after school. However, if you pay them and you write them into the grant, they there for your after school program. They bringing their kids too, right? But if you could partner a high school science teacher or math teacher or someone in agriculture with someone in college, a professor in any of these areas, public health, environmental science, mental health, agriculture, um, what else they got? You know how they break them out.
Urban development.
Urban development. If you could connect them together on one of these, because the one what the guy told us, he said, listen, this is Harold Mitchell. And then the other guy, Cal Bryan, he echoed it. He said, listen to me and y'all listen to me good. This is the most money that y'all will see pushed out in a long time. Y'all better tap in. They got low hanging fruit. They got those who can help roll with the big dogs. They have the large track record. So you got your change grant. He said everybody's talking about the change grant, but what about all the other grants that are underneath the change grants? You may not be able to write for the $20 million grant because you may not have a municipality on your team, but you may be able to write for some of the lower level grants. And so that's what the guy Cal is coming to show us and teach us on the ninth. But on Tuesday, we had the opportunity for one of the technical assistants individuals for EPA. She shared that there was a grant that's coming out on the 31st that is you only have to have a UEI, and everyone knows that a UEI is a unique entity ID. And so if you are registered in SAMS.gov, you'll be allowed to apply for the grants. So everyone knows that if you applied for government grants or federal grants, they give you all that paperwork. It's very tedious, right? It can be very time consuming. but they're trying to narrow it down so that people can have access to it. Because, the biggest complaint is that you use our statistics to approve these bills or pass these bills, but the money don't never go down to the community or to the businesses or community-based organizations who's doing the work. And so now you see all of these bills out there that has been passed, from uh the Infrastructure Act, Inflation Reduction Act, Justice 40, cybersecurity, American Rescue, all of this Clean Water Act, all of this funding, all of these bills that has a whole lot of grants for disproportionate, marginalized, low income communities. Now they're putting in they've revamped them, and they're making um a planning grant, a implementation grant, community engagement grant, capacity building grant. These are ways to come and say, hey, this is why TSU are a hub for grant writing, because it's like, you know what, you guys are making it so hard that people cannot write these grants. And so they say, okay, we're going to partner with the universities, and they are responsible to doing the community engagement, partnering with you, issuing these grants out so that it can be done effectively. So you're going to see, Chris and I was on a class today. You're going to see a whole bunch of little hubs of groups that are going to be doing informational session, training sessions, teaching you how to write the grant, offering grant services so that you can help your community in the areas of learning how to test air, monitor water, survey land, how to approach consent siting. That's when you have the nuclear or you have those chemical plants in your area, and making sure that they are inspecting or they're in compliance with a lot of the waste that they're storing in your community. And the list goes on and on. Awareness, educating the elders up on the technology that is being used, getting the youth up to par to understanding environmental sciences. And so it goes on and on and on. And so that's why you're seeing it. And not only will you see your university being involved, and that's why I don't understand why I don't see any HBCUs. There's some funding out there for the state sponsored, the ones who are entitled to those land grants. There's a lot of land grant funding out there for the professors to tap into. Whether some of them are tapping into it, I think my little university has tapped into a couple grants that they've received in the research, on the research side. They're getting involved with that, so I'm super excited about it. But
Hey, Ms. Mo, let me interrupt you for a minute because you tapping into something. It's not that these universities don't know they aspire to be there. Your TSUs, your Prairie Views, your Jackson States,
yeah.
they're already R2 level
Oh,
research institutions. I'm looking at Texas Southern as you sit here talking. Here they got research in community social outreach. One program is the Advanced Health Equity Program. They got the Bullitt Center. Listen to this one: the Bullitt Center for Environmental and Climate Justice.
oh,
Senator
nice.
Center of Excellence for Housing and Community Development Policy and Research. Center for Transformative Health. Community Engagement Court Center. So they got a whole health and wellness. They got a department for that. So it's not that they not tracking on that. It's that they aspiring to be these hubs that you're talking about. They
Okay.
wanna be R1s. But
So out there.
yeah, they're there. I'm quite sure you go to Prairie View, you're gonna see something similar. I think there are two institute. These are these PhD programs and stuff that you know, you get somebody that's really tight in the field or whatever, they're able to put that grant together and go before Congress and talk that and bring that funding. So it's a win-win the community can leverage the expertise of these people in these
Yes.
fields at the institution, and the institutions get these research dollars to be that's almost as important as enrollment. Is research dollars. When
Yes.
the institutions like to brag on, well, we're R2 institution, we're R3 institution, we're R1 institution. I don't think we have any R1s out of the 134 HBCUs across the country. I don't think anybody is R1. That's your UTs, your Texas A&Ms, and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I fall back.
Right. So what has to happen now, those who have those community-based organizations got to tap in, and they have to connect with your those institutions to help. They have to tap in to help um their community, because they have a requirement in those research grants to do community engagement projects.
Oh, I
However,
agree. I agree. But who's doing it? I mean, who's coming to them and making them part? You know how last night you had the what you call it, the CBOs,
yeah,
community. You had
yeah,
the
I got it right
CBOs
here.
on one side, then you had
I
somebody in
did.
the middle.
They're right here.
So yeah, somebody got a bridge.
Hold on, let me get it. There you go.
So I'm looking at these institutions as the think tanks and the bridge to put the government, those agencies on the right side, to put them with the CBOs. But the thing is, a lot of the CBOs are not, that relationship is not being built for whatever
Right.
reason on the left side.
I think they don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. So here's what I've learned working with. So our lead just so happened to come from another state where this was full fledged. And so the first thing he does is, hey, we need to do well, let me back it up. I'm sorry. So they took a group of people, and they when the environmental the who took the lead for us was the DHEC, which used to be Department of Health and Environmental Science, but now they're split to Department of Social Science. I'm sorry, Department of Public Health and Department of Environmental Science. So they took the lead, and they started doing what's called the state agency partnered with the University of South Carolina, and they did something called EJ Strong, which is Environmental Justice Strong, right?
Hmm.
Um, and they did an academy, and they taught um the participants, they taught the participants about environmental justice, right? And then they came together, um they came up with one of the guys from the EPA. His name is he's a lead on our side. His name is Omar, I think Omar Muhammad. So he's one of the teachers of environmental justice. He comes out, and he did something called an environmental justice academy, right? So this is what I think the universities are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to contact someone from environmental justice, one of their leads, like he's ours, but he lives in the low country, right? But he's one of their gurus. And so he came and he did this right here called the Environmental Justice Academy. And Environmental Justice Academy, I think they did 9 months, and he trained them all about environmental justice. See, he trains future leaders of it, and how to go about it. So when they finished their training, he told them, hey, now that you've done the Environmental Justice Academy, you need to do a retreat. And the retreat was to do this right here: galvanize, create a community-based organization. And to do that, you had to go out and you needed to do a survey and identify individuals or organizations who were interested in environmental justice, environmental science. So when they put the survey out, now that the community-based organization hasn't been put together yet, so one of the someone who was already a 501c3 took the charge of it to host the event, and so until they decide who was going to be those leaders in that organization, so they created the retreat. In the retreat, they went well how they designed their retreat is they brought in someone else who's in environmental justice and who use environmental justice funds to build their city or build their community, the Artwork community. And you guys have heard me mention him before. His name is Harold Mitchell Jr., one of the former representatives of Spartanburg, to talk about so that the people in the room can understand, hey, I was once y'all. This is what my community once looked like. And here's how I was able to build it by pulling these funds from these different pots of money that was out there to build the community. And he also shared how, he shared a lot of hard stops that they were giving him in reference to his approach. So he shared some do's and some don'ts. And then the other coming behind him, we had another TIC-TAC, which is a technical assistant person from Florida. Her name is Dr. Addie. She's in Jacksonville, Florida, and she does what we're talking about now. She helps community come up with their ideas and concepts. She does narrative building. How are you going to build your narrative around your issue? What is your issue? Now, how do you build the narrative? Is there a story? Did something happen? So, for example, Harold Mitchell's story was the fact that he got sick based off of that factory yard, whatever it was in his mama's yard. He got sick, and they contributed to that particular issue they had going on in their community. And so maybe it's water, maybe like you said, there was a oil leak, I mean a gas leak.
Yeah, it was a gas leak. This was one
Right.
of the refineries down there in Houston.
Right. So maybe your narrative gets built around that. I think in Georgia a few weeks ago they had a chemical explosion, right, from the bio lab. We've had the train explosion. So you have to decide, what is your catalyst? Jacksonville had the water issue. Flint had the water issue. Um, what can be your story, and how do you facilitate that narrative? How do you build on that? How do you market it so that it can become your catalyst for you being qualified, so to speak, or eligible to go after these grants? And so once she, shared like, hey, what's your story? Why are you into understanding Westinghouse and the nuclear waste that they, them expanding? What about it? Then we came with the guy and said, okay, now that you understand where you are and where you can go, and how to create that story, or who's going to stand up the 501c3? How many of you going to stand as a group to govern this 501c3 to go after all of these issues in the environment, whether it's air, water, nuclear, land, um, uh, social justice, whatever it is, right? How are you going to govern yourselves now? And so some people put their name on the papers. Then we identified and say, okay, now that you've identified who wants to take this charge, what are some of the who are your local partners? Who are your local partners? Name some community-based organizations that are already out there. It could be your local partners. Then who are your state partners? What are some agencies out there that could be your state partners? And then who could be your national? Think about who can you call on, who can, what agencies can you turn to? So that whole session, that brainstorming session, that think tank session, you were, as an organization or as an individual, the next thing you say, okay, is this something I want to be a part of? Is it something? And so, of course, like any group, you have someone raise their hand and say, well, what's in it for me? What about my company? I don't want to be a part of the community-based organization, but I have a company, you know. What about why are they calling me?
Mhm.
You know, what about me? Um, and so they say, okay, well, what are you into? Well, my family have land and we want to do something with our land. We do some farming on some of it and the other parts of it. We want to be able to do something as well. I'm into food insecurity. I want to talk about that's the fifth one. I know I was reading one out food security. And they said, well, are you 501c3? No, I'm an LLC. Well, you can be you can actually be a contractor for maybe the community-based organization. We don't have no grants for you right now. But
Well, look, hold on, Miss Mo. Let me interrupt you because I,
Mhm.
I I done went from Texas Southern now I'm out here in Waller, Texas at Prairie View. And guess what one of their research centers is?
Or what
The Integrated
LLCs?
Food Security Research Center,
Right. Look,
IFSRC. And it's not just them. Like you say, and just in case you don't have a HBCU, I want to get them plugged in first, but probably the
yes.
most premier agriculture school in Texas is Texas A&M. They have a whole PhD program on this agriculture stuff. So
So, but wait, let me ask you, Price. So you all have the the collaborative partners. So what are those collaborative partners doing for your communities?
and when you say collaborative partners, that's what I'm saying. I have these institutes, and I just started looking at this yesterday after I read your article. I always talk about R1, R2, R3 research, and my thing has always been we need a black think tank. But why try to reinvent the wheel when you have a think tank right there in these institutions? They can go out and collect
Yes.
the data for your communities.
Yes.
You got people
Yes.
that are being trained to do case studies, to train to collect data and all that
Yes.
type of stuff. So
Exactly.
and they also benefit because now this goes to their supporting
Towards
documents for their grants to say, hey, this is what I'm doing
yes.
right here in the community. So
Yes. So so here's what we have to decide then. Whose responsibility to me, it seems like they should be marketing to the community to see what their need is. Well, they already know because they're doing the research, but they should be marketing to inviting the community in as a community engagement so that they can help the community rebuild, not just for their own use, but to help that community. So they should be granting out funds. So let me show you what I mean. Now,
I'm
this is
not saying they're not doing that. I don't know what they
no,
outreach. I don't live in Waller, Texas, Miss Mo. That's about 150 miles from me. So, and
you may
you do go ahead.
oh no, what I was gonna say is you may not live there, but if you think of another area where they are, that university is getting environmental science funding or environmental protection money, go to the community. If you don't
Well,
see any changes in the community,
Man,
but
Prairie View A&M is all
yeah,
the Prairie View get.
we
but
say it again, Chris.
no, but Chris, don't forget you got what's that homestead right there? All them farmers out there. That's home of the watermelon capital of the world in my mind.
Yeah,
But I
Hempstead
don't know
is.
what type of outreach they do. And then, as far as Texas Southern, they downtown Houston. So I
Yeah,
don't know what they doing for the community.
right.
I could tell you here we we've reached out and we had to create the initiatives, and the professors of course jumped aboard to write the grants, just like you just mentioned. But our plan, so these I'm going to show you the ones we've checked out. So this area right here, right, this is pretty much the grants that are coming out in these particular fashions. So we have done um the youth, engaging the youth as an agent of change. We've done that by creating a community science initiative. And we connected with the university's water club. And so those college students are teaching the high school students how to monitor water. And so they've done 3 sessions, a 10-week program They've tested 3 times in an area of the community where the nuclear plant is, and then they have taught those students on how to analyze those. Let me show you something.
But what students are they teaching? Are these college
High
students
school,
teaching high school students?
college,
So
college. Yes.
that's the college reaching out to the that's what I'm saying. I
No,
don't know
no,
what.
we reached out to them.
Okay, and then they accepted and said, "Hey, we can help out like this."
Yes,
Right?
because they're supposed to do community engagement anyway. Yes.
What they do, but that's what I'm saying. So the community reached out to the college, and the college said, "Oh man, I've been looking for you."
Right.
Mm.
Yes. So remember I told you when I went to the eco science conference and the guy said I need to do some community engagement and teach some kids ecology, but I can't because I don't know nobody.
Okay, but see,
And
that's my
he's at
thing,
Fort Valley State University.
Ms. Mo. You asked the question, or
Yes.
well, you made a statement and a question formed in my mind that the colleges or the institutions or the help is already there.
Yeah.
But
So this is why I'm sharing this information so that people, if they're interested in really helping their community, I'm sharing to say, hey, go to your colleges and universities
yeah,
because
I'm finna say something real negative though.
oh,
We good at complaining, but we ain't really trying to fix nothing.
say it again.
But yeah, that's all. I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that.
So this girl,
Mhm.
this lady right here on the end, right here where I got my mouse, she works for the state agency of environmental science. She
Hmm.
makes environmental science. She's a community. She lives in the LR community. That's a community. This guy in the back, the white guy in the back, he's the professor at the university, and that's what he does: the water monitoring and testing air and all that stuff. That's his thing. The guy in the middle, that's the new representative, Representative Robert Reese. And these students go to the Lower Richland High School. And where's the teacher at? I think it's her. No. Which one? Which one? I
I
can't
think I
remember.
heard of Richland,
Lower
Richland
Richland?
County.
Lower Richland High School, near the one that's out in the Hopkins area,
Okay, okay.
by the military base. Yeah, yeah. So these are the kids. So they gave them a block of instructions, and they had their in-house training, and then they came out and tested 3 times. And so these are the students out there near, I think this is the Congaree River area, I think that they tested. And these kids are, and so what it is, and this is exactly true, we actually paid them. And these grants, see what I love about these environmental grants, you could write in participants costs. So when these kids participate or when the community participates in these programs, you could pay them for their time. And the interns that are coming for the college that's coming to help the students, you could pay them too. You could pay a grant writer to write the grant as
Hmm.
part of that. So it's all inclusive,
Man, I got
right?
the best grant writer in the world.
There you go. Get it in. Get get it in. So, this is this is the retreat. Let me see if it'll come up. So we did that retreat. So we're building on, and these were the subject matter experts. Remember that, hold on, let me go back to the grant because I'm gonna show you how we're building this, right?
So the
Knowledge exchange.
SMEs are those
Huh?
speakers? Are those speakers that the retreat
Yes.
council committee brought in?
Yes, we pay for them. So knowledge exchange to the elders, that is, oh, where my link at? That's her, Dr. McLean. She brought in the historical roots about environmental justice. She's been doing this for a very long time. I'm gonna walk them down and show you how we hit the points. Oh shoot, sorry. Um, place-based learning. That was Harold Mitchell.
What's they called?
Place-based learning is like you go to a location and you learn about, how they actually started and then how they ended. So he sustainable development, community engagement. That's what he revitalized his community.
Mhm.
Then you got the Community Science Initiative. She showed us how to tell that narrative, how to create that story. That's Dr. Addie. She's out of Florida. And any one of these individuals can be hired to come to anybody's location. They travel, they move around.
I bet they do.
They subject matter experts. And then and Dr. Addie awareness campaign, because she taught us how to do our narrative. And then train and capacity building. That's called he basically, and he's not on here, Omar. He's not on this list because he wasn't a part of the crew. He just actually came and hang out with us that day. But these were our three speakers at the actual event. And of course, that's our representative, and his foundation is heading all of this up, right? And so,
So who did
only
he start off with, Ms. Mo? What institution did he start off with?
oh, let me show you.
No, I just asked. I just asked. I just asked.
Oh, I think Morehouse.
Okay. And Morehouse came all the way down to South Carolina, or he
No,
had a relation.
oh, no. Oh, you talking about in reference to South Carolina? No, University of South Carolina.
Okay, USC. I got you.
Yeah, USC. So, I think I showed y'all. Let me see if it'll come up. Let's see. We did. Let's see if it comes up right here. University of South Carolina Environmental Science. So we just did an event. So they just did a kickoff, right? Because they just got that $1 million, right, to
Mm.
do the community engagement. This is DHEC, and as you can see, working with EPA. So they got a $200,000 grant to develop community management disaster relief career. So they did this training, and I actually took this training. It's actually really good. And so as you can see, they create workshops, trainer workshops. We just did one. Well, this is old because they just started off all over again. Oh, here we go. Here's the partners. So they got EPA, the Low Country Alliance for Model Community. This is Omar's program. Clemson, College of Behavior,
Yeah, I got
Social
all the
Health
big dogs
Science,
in there. Okay.
College Charleston, Center of Coastal Environmental and Human Health, University of South Carolina, and the Honors School of Public Health. Now, the Honors School of Public Health is doing a um some type of just dealing with psychology. They doing a voice wall or something like that. But anyway, they doing some historical trends, but they doing it in a way of some type of voice wall that they're creating. But each of these universities, so we work with University of South Carolina, the Honor School of Public Health, and Clemson.
Okay. So I guarantee you, if we go look on all of them institutions' website and go to their research department, they specialize, they
Mm-hmm.
got specialized research in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what you have to do is just like with I would start with I wouldn't even start at the university. You should start in your environmental science or public health agency because they connected us to the professors. And see the workshop they did they connect us to the professors. So they came up with this trainer type of deal, right? And in every workshop, you can see how they're connecting. See the same people. She works for them. You can see how. So they came up with a field practicum, and you can see how they work. So they did 2 workshops, then they did a field practicum, then they did a food access map. It's called GIS mapping.
yeah, I'm familiar with that. There's a company out there that give you free training on. I don't know if you heard of ArcGIS.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, they really
F,
they really good. Yeah,
yeah,
they used to give you free courses where you can learn about their product, but they done got a little stingy with them now.
yeah, because that environmental protection and make that money available. They gonna charge. They want some of that
Oh,
money.
They
But
do everybody. Man, they got a whole lot of data, Ms. Mo.
right.
They got political data, they got
Yeah.
demographics, they got history. Yeah, they got ArcGIS is yeah, it's a good company.
Then they did. Then they see we made ourselves available. We made ourselves relevant. Lower Richland Field Practicum, right? Community of Lower Richland, and we used the flood. We used that 2015 flood as the rate, and then when they came up, they helped them work on that curriculum or whatnot. I think I was sending y'all screenshots one day from that curriculum as we were doing it. And they got out there. So you want to start with, I would start with the government agency. Then they came up with their action plan and then how they're going to go about doing what it is that they're doing. And they're working with, I'm going to tell you right now, they mentioned in Lower Richland a lot because we're involved with them.
Right.
We're involved with them. We've already created the we got the kids going. So every time they get a grant, you would, so now this is a state agency, see?
But this the community reaching out, right? Not
Yeah,
not
this us reaching out to them.
right.
But
Not the city council, not the mayor,
no,
but
no.
yeah.
Mm-mm. And so with the train the trainer program, so when they once Reeston went through that program, then they went on the search looking for people who wanted to be a part. And then the guy came in and he did an academy teaching them on how to approach environmental justice. And then we came up with our own retreat to say, okay, y'all, this is what we want to do. This is how we're going to do this. And that's where we are now. So where we are now is saying, okay, so this is how Reese did it. He didn't go after individuals. He went after organizations because he doesn't want to get caught doing all the work. So what he did is say, okay, if you want a piece of the pie, I can help you get to the grant. I can help you get to the bag, but you got an organization, bring your team with you. And this is what we're going to train y'all on. And that's what we started with on Tuesday. We had the nonprofit training. We started with the SAMS registration, where we found out who all had what they needed to participate in the training. And then hold on, let me pull it. And then once we found out what they needed for the training, I mean, what do they call the technical assistance, the technical assistance lady did a workshop, but they didn't do what I normally do. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, these government agencies are funny. They only taught them how to get a UIL, a UEI. I mean, they only, hold on, I stopped sharing for a second, but here we go. They only taught them how to get a UEI from Sam's. So they making them do 3 sessions and break it all out. So I created this checklist for all the nonprofits because come November the 9th, they get ready to share all the low-hanging fruit operating grants, you know, programmatic grants, from the small fruit to the big fruit. And if you ready, if you got all your stuff in order, you probably be able to apply. And so that's what we are with it. To say, okay, what do you want to learn? Are you into food security? You into farming? You have some land? Are you interested in feeding? What are you into? And that's and pretty much this stuff right here. This is one grant, and this grant is due when? November 14th? Oh yeah. Yeah. If you have proposal, you already know, you bring it with it to the training. That guy who works for EPA himself is going to be there. So yes, you have to bring your desires. I would start with the government agency, and the reason I said start with the government agency because they have a relationship with the universities. So they can connect in their workshop, they can connect you to the people that you need to be talking to. So let's say you're just interested in energy efficient homes, making sure that the air quality and the energy. Now check it out, right? The wording is crazy. Now, when we would think, so I'm running around. Listen, I had to change how I talk. I'm running around talking about I'm doing housing repairs. I kept listening to the lady, the technical assistant. We had a conversation, and she said, "Oh, I think you'll be a better fit for this." Oh, let me see. I got it in my email. This air and water quality. And I was like, how does that work for housing repairs? In my mind, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, because
Man,
everybody's on that sustainable energy, green energy tip.
yes,
Yeah.
you knew. I was sitting up here like, wait, what? And I
Hmm.
said,
Yeah.
listen, oh, I got it now though. You can't tell me nothing, child. You think I know everything now? Hold on, let me find my list. I said, oh, so
No, that's
instead of
crazy that you say that, Ms. Mo, because
mm,
I was just looking at the news this morning. I think it's Austin that it's some initiative going on right now to remove all the lead pipes out the city.
yes, that's
Yeah.
that's all falling under EPA money.
Yeah, but that's a renovation. But
Yeah,
you're gonna renovate with
yeah,
renewable or sustainable energy.
right. So
Yeah.
instead of going after grants talking about I'm going to do housing repairs, I need to be saying I'm going to remove lead and asbestos, or
Right.
I'm
Well,
going to do water and energy efficient homes to give them a better air quality. Man, I say, damn, that's why I ain't got that grant yet.
everybody focusing on the water right now. You only, you see a Jackson, Mississippi or Flint, Michigan, but everybody infrastructure gonna fail if they don't replace their shit soon. It's a
Oh
hundred
yeah,
years old.
yeah, yeah.
So
Lottie dotted everybody. I know my hometown, they got a problem right now too with water.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then you got environmental justice for this is the grant that they said you only have to have a UEI for. So we trying to get people ready because this grant gonna drop on October the 31st. And then Chris and I, when we were in that class today with this group out of Charleston, they already trying to get some people they can write for. So this is the same grant. Chris, remember I told you I said this is the same stuff we had on Tuesday. They
Yep.
shared the same grant, and they're looking for their target audience. Though they're looking for the Gullah Corridor, all of that whole East Coast line. They're looking for those art community based organization, and they want to train them. They want to teach them. Either they want to write the grant for them, or they want to train them on how to write the grant, or they want them to join their group. So you got some people out here by the tapping these funds. We ain't the only ones. And so remember what I said earlier when they was talking about, so the grants are broken out into 3 tiers now. Assessing a project, and these are the areas of assessment, and that's 150,000 for 1 year. Or you want to plan a project, they're giving you 250 for 2 years, and these are the areas that you can apply under.
Wait. Let me ask a dumb question. So
Okay,
I can get 150,000 just to even look to see if there's a project there. Is that what assessing the project is?
that's right. Yep,
Okay.
yep,
And it never comes to fruition.
right. So the
Okay.
assessment one, the assessment one, you can get out there, do your research, do your testing, do your monitoring, all of that good stuff, write up your data, boom. Yep. But this one, if I understand it correctly, if you go after the planning project, you have to do the development of the project. You have to actually do it.
Mm.
So if I
So that's
plan
how
the
some of them
project,
written. Now wait now. I don't want to speak too fast because this actual grant hasn't been released yet.
but wait a minute, say that one more time now. So I can assess for a project, which just checking to see if it's even plausible, feasible, or whatever possible
Correct.
to do. then I plan the project, but I at least have to start the project.
Yeah, you got to do it.
I
You
gotta
gotta
do it.
You got to implement it. Now it hasn't come out
Okay,
yet,
what?
but when it
Okay,
comes
okay.
out,
Wait. But hold on, Miss
wait,
Mo.
you can't go too fast
I just
because
want you to define what is
okay.
implement. That's all I want you to do. What does implement the project mean?
So if you're going to, let's see, if you're going to train, let's say if you put on a planning like we just did, right? We just did a planning retreat. Let's say we had gotten this one and we did our planning retreat to do stand up that community-based organization. We actually have to come back and stand it up. We actually have to create that organization. We have to implement our plans. What did we come up with?
Okay, when you say project, I was thinking breaking ground.
Oh no,
So
no, no, no.
okay, okay,
No, 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 no. Because that
okay.
might not be your project. You may not be trying to build no building. You may just be trying to do a STEM program with the youth.
Okay.
Right?
I like that.
Yeah, public outreach and education, that's STEM.
That's a project,
Yep.
and all we do is test water. I'm gonna build an
Yep.
organization to teach the youth how to test water and collect data for the community.
We doing it right now. It's called the SEAL program.
And wait, and I can get 250 for that.
We just got it.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Okay.
Because remember now, that 250 is going to be broken out. You got your grant writer, you got your, you got your interns, you're going to write in
Got the best
there.
grant writer in the world.
That's great. You got, why you ain't never sharing with us? You fired.
Nope.
You fired. You fired. Right? So yeah, you have, so let's do this. And this is a sub grant. The reason they're making a sub grant because they trying to get you to get some money. Because the actual grant, let's look it up. Thriving Communities Grant Maker. Thriving. Brandon phone must have died.
Why you say that?
He
Nah,
dropped off.
he got that long distance. Oh, I ain't gonna say it since he
Uh,
not here. He ain't here to defend himself. I ain't gonna say it.
It ain't me, Brandon. It's not me. It is not me. I just want you to know. All right. So boom. Look. So they got $6 billion out there. That's the overall grant. So we may not be eligible for that part. But they're creating this sub grant. That's why they say fall of 2024, a sub grant through grant makers are expected to become available. This comes out October the 31st, right? Let's look at this fact sheet. Oh, let's look at the communities. So it's 4 regions, right? We region 4. So let's see who are y'all.
mm,
Y'all region 6.
Yeah, I think Texas is Region 6. Or Region 6 got
There
a
you
big
go.
footprint.
Look, there you go, right there. Y'all, that's why they were selected to govern
TSU?
Region 6. Huh?
Yeah. You talking about TSU or
Yeah, TSU. You said it. So look, right here, this is the tic tac. So these
you
people right
saying
here.
look, but I don't see nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the screen paused?
I don't
I
know.
can
I don't.
hold on. Yeah, I see it on
There-
YouTube. How you
Okay,
not
there
see
it
it?
is. There it is. It's up.
Yeah. So every region has its own tic tac, right? The tic
Right.
tac is the technical assistance center. They the one connect you with the funding folk.
But what if I know somebody at TSU and I can just go to TSU?
Go to TSU then. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing. They should be able to tell you how to get the funding. These folks, that's what these folks here for. So you need a relationship with them anyway. The
Right.
Deep South Center for Environmental Justice. And then they got New Mexico State. So here you go, your HBCU Climate Consortium. Now these folks give out money too. So these partnering folks right here, they got some funding to connect with the community.
I mean, what site is this, Miss Bo? Because this one in the article.
He said, what site is this? I'm going to send it to y'all. I love it, Price. Price be on
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, see, I read the article. See, now you behind the article.
How the hell? Look at it. We got frozen advisory already. We just in October.
No, that's about right. They got a little chilly here, but it's supposed to
Yeah.
warm up tomorrow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I was
I
putting a
just
hoodie on in 70 degrees. So
it was 40 here this morning.
yeah. See, I ain't even coming
So that's
outside.
see now check it out, right? That's an environmental problem. How many people ready for this cold? I'm gonna tell you, Chris. Remember we talked about this last night? And I told you what's the next big conversation.
Mhm.
Price may not pay attention to this. Heat, heat. What was it, Chris? Heat something. Heat.
Wait, I'm not paying attention to heat. What you
No, no,
talking
no,
about, Ms.
no, no,
Mo?
no, 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 no. Heat. What was it, Chris? Heat something.
Heat
Heat.
wave? Heat advisory?
Heat. I'm gonna just put in heat grants and see what comes up.
I forgot.
There's big talk right now. They had a big old what you call it on heat something.
Too much information.
Ah, golly.
No, that ain't nothing new. What are you talking about? Chris, don't she know we in Texas, man?
Yeah,
Oh,
she must don't know we in Texas.
oh, but they never had these grants out about heat. Oh, let's see this other
Wait a
this.
minute. So, Miss
Heat
Miss
health.
Mo,
Heat health. Heat health. Yeah. These right here. Boom. There go, Chris. I found it. I found the site that I was supposed to tell Coach about.
Heat health. Did you
Yes.
tag them?
Yeah. National Integration Heat Health Information.
Did you tag them?
No. Uh
dude,
What?
I might just start me a little grant and just teach people about heat injuries, heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat
you
stroke.
know it. You
Yeah.
know it. Look.
Yeah.
Extreme urban heat islands. Listen. Y'all laughing, but they did a whole conference in Raleigh, North Carolina in September on heat. Because and I told Chris, I said, don't be surprised. We see a whole bunch of grants come out about heat. And I said, I guess we're gonna have a bad winter because they're already ahead of it. They're already ahead of funding it.
Wait, how
Yep.
does heat make a bad winter? Because there's other
No,
implications from the heat. I mean, we got low water levels, the the warnings, just
Price, you sound like you should get you a little group and you get a grant. You know all about it. I'm learning this
but
stuff.
it's been going on for 2 years. Out west.
Well, there you go. There you go.
But
Ooh.
how does that make a bad winter though? That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Because
no. I was thinking about see, you're relating heat to other areas, and I didn't know that I know nothing about. So I was just thinking about it being cold and people don't have heat in their house.
see,
Mm. Mm.
but here's the thing: it's cooling off here, but we still are dry. You know,
Yes.
participation precipitation is down. So
Yeah.
Yes.
She's going
I
to take
got you.
down here so she can get the experience.
yeah, we kind of serious about the water because see, we get water from the Colorado River, and that river is, I mean, the Hoover Dam is low, and
So yeah, Price. Um, yeah. Yeah, you sound like you would be a shoe in on this environmental science stuff.
nah, that stuff take a lot of work, Miss Mo.
No,
I
you
told
don't
you.
do the but see, you don't do the work. That's why you get the professors and the teachers involved.
Yeah, but that takes time. I mean, Miss, I got a
Yeah,
lot of
we gotta
irons.
get the rest.
I
Yeah.
got a lot of irons in the fire right now. I need a clone.
Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah. Gotta get a clone, Mo. You gonna be the clone?
shit. I need a clone. Hell,
All I can say, go eat some chicken. So,
right? Hey, listen here.
Yeah.
Yes. So heat is the next. Well, I don't want to say the next big thing. Let's map the campaign. Let's see what they got.
It's already here. Look at the heat wave that y'all
Mm,
had on the East Coast this summer. See, y'all were
yeah.
just getting used to it. We've been talking about this last 2, 3 years. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So
we
they
had
doing
we
it.
had. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying this the campaign that they doing on it since
You know,
2017. So you're right. I'm behind.
yeah. Every year California burns down. And then, lately the water levels up there in the Hoover Dam has been low.
Citizen Science and the Paperwork Reduction Act. I ain't never heard of it.
Mm.
Yes, you have. They
Paperwork reduction?
yeah, when you was in the military, what they start telling you, stop printing and all that type of
Oh, I'm
stuff.
on the bus.
It's
On the bus.
yeah, it's been going on for years. Just people ain't paid attention to it.
That's the
Dean,
bus.
I can write a green about paperwork. Keeping
When,
people.
look, when email came online, they said stop making copies and just look at the email, right? Load it up in the share drive.
Mm,
Reduce the footprint.
mm.
That's like two
Mm-hmm.
decades they've been talking about that.
Community of practice.
Yep. Even people who you do business with say opt out of a paper bill. Go paperless.
Yep, go
What are
paper.
you yeah, what are you talking about, Ms. Mo?
Hey, I'm on the bus.
What you
Look,
talking about?
undergrad scholarship. Listen, I keep telling these kids, y'all better get on them, y'all better get on these science initiative. It's not just you gotta expose them that it's more than what you think. They paying for school.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta get our babies on the STEM and research and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Scholarship program.
Yeah.
They giving out 9,500 per year and full
Wait a minute.
95.
time pay $750 an internship a week.
Who
Sign me
doing
up.
that? Who
This
doing
is
that?
let me see. What school is this?
9,500 a
Oh no,
year?
this is a
That ain't
this is a scholarship they're offering. The Ernest F. Hollins undergrad.
9,500 a year. That ain't nothing.
Well, it depends on what school you go to.
Shit. Man, 9,500 ain't doing that.
Now some of these institutions will pay for your whole school depending on your discipline.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's more than what I give.
You
Well,
lying. What's that? Ernest F. Hollins.
they should
Mhm.
give them more than that.
What do they have to do, Ms. Mo? Is that just STEM only or
This
agriculture?
one looks like. Let's see. There you go, right here. It's 45. They got
Up
two.
to up to 40,000.
Uh-huh. Shit, pay interns included.
Oh,
Shoot,
it
fun
say
travel
major,
and
but
conference.
it got a major in NOAA.
Hey, you can in undergrad, you could major in anything that's gonna pay for your school and pick up a minor
Wait,
and
it say
quit
no.
playing.
Wait a
And in your
minute.
masters, then you could go for some emphasis. Because most people ain't getting no job in their undergrad anyway, they're gonna need a master's.
No, Ms. Mo, major in NOAA mission fields, including STEM and social science.
Yep. You know how many people got some social science they picked up?
Yeah, but we don't like math and we don't like science.
We gonna have to learn, honey.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
We gonna have to learn. We'll have to get on the
Mm-hmm.
ball. Look at the picture. Don't make
Uh-uh.
me. One of us don't belong. None of us.
There's two of us in that picture, ain't it?
Where? Let me see, because I sure don't see him.
I see the dude. Ain't that girl one of us?
Let
I
me
can't
see.
holler. I'm on my
Oh
phone.
man, it went back. Hold up.
Oh, man, what more got going on?
Oh, them doggone black.
They probably got them peoples in their family, but ain't none of them look like a
Huh.
ain't none of them us. Don't even try it. Maybe somebody will pass through.
Man, Disney tripping. Well, these niggas raising them prices like it ain't nothing.
Look. And you can't even watch all the sports. But these are But you know, all of these science disciplines they pay for school. Ain't nobody paying for no business no more. I don't know why we even. Oh my God! Don't get me started on education.
Education.
Let me go back.
Education.
So this was the heat. I just had put in
Eat health. I'm gonna have to make a note of that.
heat health. Yep. Me and Chris, I was telling Chris about it. Heat.gov. Let's go to heat.gov. Look at that. White House launches community heat action checklist.
They got a heat.gov website.
Listen, they just created it in 2024. This is a thing now.
Too hot.
Yep.
Oh
They
man.
just create the other day they just had they just released the draft. Yeah, so this is the little checklist. I went through the little checklist. Yep. This is a thing, y'all. Let's look at the funding opportunities. And then these are the grants they got out. And you can get the technical assistance to help you write the grant. Look, it ain't even ready yet. That means they got their little people trying to get in before we can ask for help.
When does grant go hot?
This one, well, let's see when this one go hot. This one already hot, look like. This one already gone. This was closed. It closed in May. This one, February.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a rolling one. This is on a rolling basis, the last two. So Green and Resilience Retrofit Program.
That sound like renovation. Look at Texas. You see how dark green Texas and California is on there?
This is October.
Hey, Meta just laid off some more people. Man.
How many? How many, Chris?
It don't say.
Oh.
But they laid off people at Instagram, WhatsApp, and Reality Labs.
So I'm gonna tell you, if y'all need to get scared if Chicago don't go below zero this winter, we need to get real concerned. If they ain't around zero by Thanksgiving, we need to get concerned.
Yeah, Brandon, where you at? Is it zero
Chicago, yet? Zero, like weather?
Yeah, you know it get cold up there, man.
Cold up there, man.
Yeah, they some will be over by August. By the end of August, by Labor Day.
Yeah, boy, I used to get up like an hour and a half and warm my car up and scrape the ice off. Shit, yeah. Boy, hey, I was like, man, hell no. They go back down south.
Look, hey Chris, down here we might be wearing short pants on Christmas Day.
That's true story. People don't know, man. You get 70, 80 degree weather down here all year.
Yeah. Here you go, Price. This is the last wave of it. A new award to support.
I'm gonna check that site out, Ms. Mo. I had never heard of heat.gov. Yeah.
Oh, he got on heat.gov. Let's see.
Oh, wait, you say that's housing and urban development. What you was showing me on there?
I go back. Oh, because I was looking to see what grant funding is still available out, and it's the only one that has a.
Well, I was listening to them dates you was talking about. You talking about like November 9th, November 14th. I thought it real strange that a lot of dates was coming after the election. You know.
Oh, I know one thing. They say y'all better get this money now because hey, after this, it's gonna be a wrap. I can't believe I've been slipping on all this. Missed out on a whole lot. Listen, I hear a lot of people talking, but it's a lot of money. A lot of money I missed out on. But guess what? It also takes time to do so. You know, it's a choice. You gotta get you what they say, get you a team. When we said in 2017,
Yeah,
Listen,
2016,
we
2017.
actually was on to something because we had been really if we had the inside scoop, that abandoned town, we could have been building it up right now.
I
Yeah.
mean, what
You know
abandoned
what?
town?
Well, in 2017, at that time, Garfield was talking about get you 100 men and women team in your area and buy an
Oh,
abandoned town and go after government contracts to be able to sustain you. But in actuality, we should have been going after environmental justice money.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
shit
no.
was perfect. We were on point, just didn't have the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But I saw a couple few people been doing that in rural communities.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing now. Here it is. You want me to give you the link? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're doing now in a rural community. I said, man, we're about to make Lower Richland look like downtown Columbia.
Hmm.
But it does take time, and you do have to put the pieces together, like I just showed you. Where is it at?
When you say time, you talking about like 5, 10, 15 years?
No, we on year what year we in? 24? We on year 2. Mapping is big. Surveying the land, that's 2 career fields our kids sleep on.
You can survey that land with ArcGIS.
I'm talking about majoring in it.
Oh, oh, like engineer surveying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
Look at this. Weatherization. We got a lot of housing grants though.
We,
It's
we,
the
we,
listen,
we say weatherization. What is that?
housing repairs, same thing we just talked
Okay,
about.
okay, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the issues. The issue we have is, or the issue probably anybody have, is not that the government is not giving no money. It's the gatekeepers, it's the people in those state agencies that is not making it available and accessible to you.
Well, I'm gonna say we not asking the people, Miss Mo.
No, you could in the Carolinas, you can ask all you want to. If they don't want you to get in, you ain't getting.
Well, then that's the lawsuit.
It could be, but who the lawyers? Them? Ain't
All you gotta do is just put the complaint in Chat GTP and say draft me a complaint.
but that's what I'm saying. The courts, they govern the courts.
Come on, Miss Mo.
Okay. Hey, it's a fight now.
And
It's a
well,
fight.
I didn't say it wasn't a fight, but I mean you can't tell me South Carolina is not on the move, and nor can you tell me North Carolina is not on the move.
No, no, no. I didn't say they weren't on the move. I just say for your community.
Well,
I,
my community don't know to go and write a letter. Oh, I'm just telling you, they'll bitch out the mayor, excuse my language, the city council, and it'll stop there. It's very few people that wrap it up into a 503 and start doing it themselves. So
oh, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They separate the low hanging fruit on our account and make it difficult to obtain. But across the tracks, they just hand it out like candy. So what I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's not available. I'm not saying that you can't get it. I'm saying that the people in charge of it don't want you to have it. Therefore, they make it difficult for you.
I don't think so. It's just,
I'm
I mean, the old folks say you want to hide something from a man, put it in a book.
look
Because you just told me that y'all got
now there's
Clemson.
difference.
Oh
Wait,
no,
wait,
I'm just
wait.
saying. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
no, 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 no. I'm saying that now because we have someone who just took office who knows how to piece it all together, and he's worked that outside of them, outside of becoming a representative. He's worked that because he did it in another state. So when
Miss
they
Mo,
run,
I get all that, but
oh, okay, okay.
not to cut you off, what I'm getting at is okay. I guarantee you, the Gamecocks had no problem coming on board. Clemson, who are they? The Tigers. I guarantee you, they had no problem coming on board, did they?
But you know where they came on board from though? From the federal side, not the state.
It,
The state
it,
was the
Miss
universities was made to do it because of the feds. What I'm saying is,
Miss Mo, was they made to do it, or did they benefit some
well,
damn research
well, they
dollars for these
benefit, they
R1
benefit.
insta?
You're right.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah.
Come on now, don't sit
But
here
what I
and
no, but
pay
what
the victim black woman now. Come on.
no. I'm not playing the victim black woman. What I'm saying is the dollars are coming from the feds. And what I'm saying is the money that the feds send down through the states, through the counties and the cities, they make it hard to get those dollars. So we have to go to the feds to go directly to the feds and get dollars. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
Well,
it's not that we don't have money in our state to get and that's already available to our community. I'm just saying that the individuals who are in charge of that money make it hard for you to get. I'm saying that you have to take your fight to the feds directly to get it because of what they do in your own intermediate. That's the thing.
I'm not arguing. I would not argue that, but that's what I'm
Right.
just saying. I'm
Yeah.
saying what I'm saying is if you're talking about federal dollars, regardless of how your state feels about your community, regardless of how that institution may feel about your community, if you're talking about federal dollars and you got a package, a well put together package that's justifiable, they're gonna support you because they want some of that pie. And you can't tell me South Carolina not getting down like that because
In your
y'all is
community?
working.
In your
Yes. Now, here's where the disconnect comes in is that when the federal release stuff to the state and say, hey man, take care of your people.
That's what I'm saying. And they don't.
But the stuff I'm perceiving you talking about, when I put this package together, this is specifically for my community.
From the feds.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we saying the same thing. I think we saying the same thing, just going about it different.
So I'm just saying it has no problem with hey, yeah, I'm on board. Yeah, the governor gonna sign this. The president of this institution they're gonna sign off
Right.
because they won't in
And
on
he,
that because they get some benefit from that.
and watch, here's the other thing. So they'll get all of this money, right? And then they'll push it out to in little small pots like this. Now I can look up this same grant on the federal side, and this will probably be 5 times as much.
You know they're
So
gonna tax you.
why we gonna go after the 25K when we could go after the 250K for the same thing? And they probably got the money. They just ain't giving it to you. They gonna put it somewhere else. Like they did with our American Rescue money. Gonna say, okay, we got $1 million to distribute among y'all, and then only distribute to 8 people, and then gonna take the money and say, we're gonna go build a family life center for the Department of Social Services. What?
Well, that's a little different, ain't it, Miss Bo?
What's the difference?
Well, if I'm talking about environmental justice, from when you put a plant here that impacted the water supply or the trees in this area where people that look like us live, and I don't put this program together. I got this research institution on board. You know, the American rescue plan money was different. It was like, here's some money, take care of your people. I get that complaint wholeheartedly because they're like, yeah, let's go redo the walking trail on the golf course, you know, in Columbia. I get but that's at the state's discretion. But this money is specifically it's Title 10 money in it. In it, hey, these people
No,
have a
I don't think
case.
this money is Title 10 money. You think?
Oh, okay.
No, this money not Title 10 money.
So
No,
the
no.
EPA is not a Title 10 authority.
Oh
It's a
no.
whole federal agency. What we
It could be.
if it's earmarked for a particular purpose, the state can't just sit there and just say, hey, here goes $6 billion to reclaim the area that was
They
damaged.
Listen, they can't, but if you don't tap into the money for whatever reason they keep you away from it, they're gonna say statute ran out and we put the money over here. They
Okay,
do
well, I
that all
guess
the time.
we gotta have some accountants then.
Now you're speaking my language. The accountability on the state level, the oversight, that's one of the reasons would separate me on the election side. The other side don't like oversight. They don't want nobody to come tell them what to do. They want you to hands off and they want to do what they want to do, which keeps us out.
Wait, who?
The red side.
They don't want to count? Oh, well,
Mm-mm.
well, I think neither one wants accountability, but I don't even want
Well,
to get into politics, Miss Mo.
wait. I'm not talking about. I'm not. Wait. It's a
Wait,
certain.
wait, 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 wait.
So what?
Go ahead, Mo, man. You crazy.
No, seriously. So like I'm gonna go government contracts. So right when the government contracts, depending on who's in, is how many contracts you're gonna see hit that portal. They keep it in house.
I agree with that.
And
And
they won't let
accountable.
yes. And
Uh,
guess what? Since nobody don't have no oversight on them, they just let them do whatever they want. 10, 20, 30 years, you can't even get in the door. Same person, contract. They complain about them. They get all these complaints, but you can't kick them out because they people keeping them there.
well, I think all that has gotten out of hand lately, though, Ms. Mo,
Oh yeah.
because early 2000s or whatever, you used to have some hearings about GAO and accounting
Yes.
the
Now you
accounting
don't see
office.
none, huh?
Yeah, because I think just my opinion, all both sides spend money and they want to spend it on what they want to spend it on.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So there is no accountability
And let us.
except for the taxpayer and the IRS.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get their money. Look, tax incentives. Let's see what these tax incentives are. Man, we ain't getting none of that. They're usually for first time home buyers. They ain't giving us none of this.
Mm.
I don't have no solar energy, so I probably won't get none of that. And I don't have one of those type of homes. Let's see what's on the fuel side. Biomass. Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm. We ain't getting none of them credits either. Anyways, but you said it earlier. A lot of this, it does take time and it does take a lot of work. Um, you have to have a team to do it. You want to break out. So what I would say, do right. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. I would say you get your team.
In 2024, 2025.
Where's it at? You get your team. These areas right here, you want to break out who's going to do what. So you'd have you have your marketing team, right? Who's going to go and network on the ground to get these supporting services? Who's going to be your PR person to talk to your collaborative partners? You know, the target audience. Who's going to solicit them? So, and this was our little example because, and the budget person. So you, at the minimum, if you want to get involved with this, or even if it's just one area, you just writing a grant just for something that you're doing. You can't be the only one. You have to have at least 5 to 7 people, or 4 at the minimum. The HR side of the house, because it still runs like a business. The finance side of the house, the security
Uh,
side of the house, and logistics side of the house. I break everything down like I'm still in the military.
no, so what's the minimum size of your team then?
I say 4 at a minimum.
Wait, four
Well,
at a
5.
minimum
I
to
would
do
say 5.
everything that you just named?
Yes. This what I just named. Let me add another slide. I named I named Person, well, let's say admin. That's what people understand. So administration, finance, IT, well, security. Yeah, well, IT, whatever. Logistics. And what did I say the other one was? I forgot.
S1,
Oh,
S2,
marketing.
S3,
You know how it go.
S4. Okay.
And I added that's in marketing, right? Because no matter what, it's still a business. This individual have to make sure your policies are intact. This
Yeah.
individuals have to make sure your budget and financial statements.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Financial statements are intact. These people, you have to make sure that you secure was it personal identification?
Oh, HIPAA.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so
You
that's
might
the
as well
IT
say
role.
HIPAA. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And what's the what's
Mm-mm.
what's it was
But
something with the
data security, I would just call it
yep
C4I. Yeah, I got you, Ms. Mo.
for I and OSHA.
Can't OSHA violate.
Wait a minute. How the
Oh,
IT guy gonna be regulating some OSHA, Ms.
oh,
Mo?
okay. So OSHA go into logistics,
I would either put it on the logistics or the admin. That's just
safety.
OSHA is about compliance,
Nope.
isn't it?
Then I gotta add another section.
Man,
See,
Mo already fired.
I'm not fired nothing.
She can't even get
Safety.
it right.
It's OSHA.
Yeah. Okay. Since I didn't gave you something, I'm gonna have to send you an invoice.
You go this
Yeah.
invoices.
Yeah.
Logistics and supplies
Well, that's the supplies and maintenance
and
and
maintenance. Oh,
and
yep,
transportation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yep,
And that'll be your S5, your PR person to be like your S5. You said public affairs, so
yep. That marketing.
yeah. So
No, what? What? Yeah, public affairs. Yep. Oh, I should just put public affairs and say marketing.
there you go.
Come on now, Mo.
That was free.
Oh, hush that fuss. Market,
Mm-hmm.
marketing, outreach, and promotions.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and I'm sure we can do 3 under each one. So your team, you need to have your team. You should build your team, and you could break it out. We just doing this off the fly.
Right. Like a little troop to task.
Yeah,
Those are heads.
yeah,
Okay.
because they're gonna report back. Maybe, and then maybe they get people underneath them, but you may start off, it might be just you all. So that's 6, right?
Yep.
Because one person would get burnt out. Oh, it would be 7 because I forgot. You gotta
What?
have a chairperson.
I just gonna say chief of staff.
Yeah, you
Uh,
gotta have. I hate that chief of staff. You gotta have the man in charge.
okay, okay.
Chairperson.
Woman in charge. I got you. Chairperson.
Chairperson.
Chairman.
Because that's the person that's gonna go to the community partner meetings. Everybody can't go there. But that person comes back. So you have your core group and they're doing their thing. They report back to you. You make your one slide, and then you report to the state folk or the Fed folk in their meetings.
Mm.
And so you have to, and people think that nonprofits don't do the same thing like a business, but even in your business, you should have the same thing, right?
What's that? CEO, CFO,
Uh-huh.
HR.
COO.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or you can have directors, right?
Mm-mm.
Because if not, you'll be doing all that by yourself. And contrary to popular belief, once you decide you want to start a business and you incorporate or you get that EIN in one way, shape, or form, you are responsible. You're responsible.
Man, that's 7 people just right there for
Just right there.
these little sections, and then they need some help.
Yep, they need some help.
Most of these need some help.
Definitely.
So we have 14, so about 20, 25 people.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
ground base.
Yep. So when you out there writing grants, these people already know you over here writing a grant talking about you're gonna do this and do that. They looking like, what? By yourself? 2-man team? Huh?
Yeah.
Denied. Access denied. You know,
Racist.
you can't, what you do is you write the positions in. And then
Or you do like Jay Morrison and just put you at every position.
I can't take you. I swear I can't. I can't. You know, you write you know you you write these positions in to your into your grant,
No,
right?
but for real, Mo, this is good because now you know how not to fail and not how not to do what people have done and failed, thinking they can do every position instead of hiring people
You
who are
can't.
qualified.
Yep, you can't. You write these positions into your grant.
Yeah, that's a
All
lot, Miss Mo.
everything that you think you need, and but it's business.
No, I got it. You do it the same way you organize your
That's
business.
right. That's
Okay,
right. Or the same way you see your job. The
I got
same way. Ain't nothing different. And so this is what I think our community is afraid of.
you. Yeah, man, because that's 7 different personalities right there. And then
7
if you
different.
get, uh, uh, you know, and you said 25, so that's like 25 different personalities you got to deal with when
And
you
you
at the
should
head.
always have line items for the following. Because you should never stop learning. Industry conference. So whatever you decide, oh Lord, why you tell me to put this for this one? Whatever you decide, oh Lord, you want to do, whatever you decide you want to do, you have to participate in a conference. You should participate in a conference. You should be a part of an association in that field. So if you talking about you want a mentor, you better be at some leadership conference.
Right.
Keep your skills up, you know, or join an association, Toastmaster, somebody got to know, communication, right? Um, you should also uh let's see, you got your industry conferences, you got your association conferences. Oh, and you should be participating in this maybe trade show, depending on what you're doing. Trade shows, because if you're gonna get involved with transportation, you need to make sure you know what's the latest and the greatest type of, vehicles that are good for transporting. If you're gonna be transporting people, if you're gonna be transporting kids, what are the more safer vehicles? Give you a case in point. We bought some vehicles some wheelchair vehicles, the newer ones that when the chairs roll in, it automatically fastens. That's what it's supposed to do. Well, we had a defect in the vehicle, but when you first put them in, it seems like they're secure. However, if you hit a stop, one of the I forgot what they call them. I forgot what they call them. But anyways, it comes loose. The latch comes loose, and the person flips backwards. We had 2 accidents back to back, and then when we reported it, that's when they put in that notice that they had defects in the vehicle.
Right.
Had we gone to a transportation trade show, we would have known what are the more safest wheelchair vehicles to buy versus someone taking vans and converting them or whatever they do out there, right?
Yeah, put chalk block behind them.
I know, right? In front and the back. Look, in front and the back, right? Yeah. So another thing, you have your industry conferences, they will tell you the latest and the greatest technology that is being used in the like for instance, when Chris and I took that ChatGPT class today, an AI class, he was saying how you guys better get with the program. AI is here to help your business, to help you be more efficient and effective. And it was showing how to build tables and pull data, real-time data, and,
Right.
and what to ask for to create your query. And so, in these industry conferences, they may show how they're using AI to facilitate certain programs or to create certain things. And so that's why that's important. The associations are the same way. They may also share opportunities. You may be looking for more grants in different areas. You go to these association conferences, you may find because they always have exhibitors there. You may find resources that can help your organization.
So
If you put your program together and you just going off of basic knowledge and you're not participating in these conferences, you missing out.
I just got one question, Ms. Mo.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm gonna have this team, if I'm gonna be on this team, playing a role on this team over here to the left, and then if I'm over here on the right doing industry conferences, being a member of association, going to trade shows, and then whatever this, when am I have to do time to do stuff like eat and sleep and come on YouTube and talk?
Because it's timing. So when you create, okay, which is another thing. I showed this last night. Let me see if I still got it up. Oh, I bet I took it off. I bet I took it off.
You better not have.
Here it is. All right. Right here. I showed Brandon and Chris this yesterday. Hold up.
Mo acting like she trying to get fired.
Be quiet, Chris. I showed Chris this yesterday. So when I created an apprenticeship program for someone, so it's funny you said that because so let me go back to our little scenario, right? And guess what, Price? I didn't come up with this name. This is Brandon. Brandon and Coach. Project Big Back. Project Big Back. Right? So the Project Big Back program, right? We had said that, and this is what I was telling them. So when you draft your outline for your grant, so guess what? Your program doesn't have to have a whole lot of stuff. This is what people don't understand. Pick an emphasis, pick an area, and just stop. So we picked water monitoring. We about to get in a little food security, but we picked water monitoring. That's it. That's all we're doing right now. It's water monitoring with the kids, right? Now that's gone. We done did it for a whole year, 2 semesters. Done it. The group, they got it going on. They know what they're doing. Boom, we off to something else. We about to do food security, right? But when we first build it, I said, okay, now when you build it, now look how many hours it took us. It took us 4 hours we started here with our problem tree, and then we picked one to start with first. It took us 4 hours to come up with ideas, and then we actually decided, okay, how are we going to fund it? And then we started building a program, right? So we decided, okay, we want to do Monday through Friday. Then we start deciding, okay, what do we want to do in that program? And so when you think about what you want to do in the program, you're like, oh, snap, like you just said, I can't, if you want me to go participate in trade shows and conferences, when am I going to do my program? Then that's when you come back to the drawing board and you say, okay, maybe I can't tackle everything every day, all day. Maybe I'm going to pick a couple hours, 2 hours a day, hour and a half. That's sufficient. So now that draws your program out, right? So this particular program drew out all the way to 13 weeks. So we started with, we wanted to do 6 weeks, but now we're not going to be able to do 6 weeks because somewhere in between there's going to be some type of event we got to attend. And we're not going to be able to participate every Friday because when you're dealing with people and instructors, you gotta have meetings, you gotta talk. You can't just let people loose, especially if they don't think you got oversight over the eyes on them. You got to keep in mind you're still responsible for these individuals. So you break it out. Okay, maybe I'm gonna deal with roofing and carpentry on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and plumbing and HVAC on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then landscaping just on one day out of the week, right? But this is a whole full out. But if that was that program we just talked about, we talked about classroom, educating them on nutrition and water, what water does for the body. We talked about exercising, and we talk about water testing the water, knowing where you're gonna go swimming at. You're not just gonna go jump in a lake. You might want to check it out, see what's going on or whatnot, even in a pool. I know we ain't all go in a pool, just testing pools. But if you go into, I was telling them a situation, I went in a hotel pool and I came out, I was peeling because there was so much chlorine in that water. Shouldn't have got my butt in. Right. But so you want to break out, you want to do, I know you guys are familiar with a Gantt chart, right? Where you put the days of the week and the time and you block off your schedule. You block it off.
Uh,
I know y'all familiar with the Gantt
No.
chart.
Well, we do that to track project timelines, right? I never used
Yes.
it to like block off to make a schedule out of it.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
useful for that too. It's useful for that too. If you really want to get savvy and you put your days of the week coming across the top, or you could do it with the days, you could do it with the time, you could do it. And also you got to keep up with your hours, right? I was telling Brandon and Chris. So everything counts. So when you going after these grants, you need to understand how long it takes you to do something because you could get paid to do that.
right.
You could get paid. That's how you determine your dollars, by how long it takes you to do something. This is what, 30.
Man, why I keep resetting like that?
Right. So boom. So
That's what I don't like.
Y'all got my head hurt, man. I'm
oh
tapping out.
ah don't leave us. Right. So you can say, okay, on Tuesday, on the first and the second, I'm gonna do that. Maybe here, be responsible for that. That might overlap. You see what I'm saying? And you got to schedule out your whole calendar. Some days you may be off. You may come back, but you're not doing it for the whole day. These are like hours of the day. What are you going to do? You break it all the way out. But think about it. If it takes all of that to plan this little program, then guess what? That's why you scale down. That's why we always say don't put so much stuff in a project. You can't do all of that. Is you crazy? There's no way. No
Mhm.
way. So you have to scale back and say, you know what? Boom. I think I'm gonna just do one thing. I know I said I wanted to do 3. Nope. Maybe the first phase, I'm gonna focus on just this water. That's it. That's it. Monitor the water. I'm not coming. Nope, we're not going swimming. Nope, we're not going. Nope, that's not what we're gonna do. But your grant can be written full out, but your first phase of your grant, we only doing that. That's it. Not doing nothing else. We don't have the capacity. Now, as your company begins to grow, right? As you begin to grow, maybe you could tackle something else. But in the same sense, guess what? If you write a grant and you write in an internship on a postgraduate level, then you hire them to go in and be your liaison. We got one right now. He has to do community service hours. And so he's doing our food, he's doing our food service. He's writing, I think, his dissertation on food security in the rural area. So he's going to be our person on the ground. So we don't have to attend. He's going to attend for us
Mm.
because we can't be everywhere either. We feel the same way you do. So let me show Price who we bring into the table. Price said, "You made my head hurt. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Think about right now. It's okay.
Yeah, got Price to leave, man.
Nah, I got information overload. No.
Ah! we just. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Don't tap out just yet. I ain't gonna go back to no grants.
You ain't gonna go no more grass.
Chris, you just not paying attention. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, here you go. Fine.
Watch. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Nah, we got teams of people. I don't do this stuff by myself. I got teams out there. This is so this is who's coming. She is she's a nutritionist, dietitianist. She's big time in the USDA. She's gonna be so Benita Clemens, she's going to interview her in like a fireside chat, and we're going to broadcast it live. So I'll send you guys the link so you guys can listen in on it. But she's going to be talking about cultivating insight for agriculture advancement. So pretty much economic development for farmers and food security. So this is her. She's big in food insecurities, and help with agriculture.
Okay.
And Benita up here, she's a farmer. She creates economic development for female farmers, and so she's real big into farming.
Okay.
And then there's Kyle Bryant. He's going to do our grant workshop.
Okay.
And all this and so all of this is for community or people in the community who are interested in farming, who want to use their land and maybe gain economics by planting trees, things that the community need, or who's looking to help get their food in places where the consumers are, or who's interested in putting more of their foods in the schools
Hey, when y'all doing this, Miss Mo?
on the 9th.
Of November?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I definitely. You know, we got a sister that was on Wall Street that has a footprint farms in Jackson.
Oh, bam. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
That's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be live. We're gonna
yeah.
broadcast it.
Definitely drop that link. I would love to check that out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're gonna be in person, but we're gonna have it live.
Oh man,
So yeah,
this was live streaming.
we are definitely on the move. But this is a must do for people talking on YouTube, saying what they want for the Black community. You gotta be able to create your tree. And then you gotta map it out. Takes time. But if you say you about that life, it ain't about just talking. I know you gotta put that pen to paper, baby. You got in order to leave a legacy. And we probably got programs already available that you could just take and use it. You won't have to recreate it. I mean, that's what I would do if I was y'all. Find something that's already there. You can make it your own to help yourself out.
Nah, we're gonna do it the hard way. Gonna reinvent the wheel.
Start,
Self-made. We
yep,
self-made over here.
I see. Start from scratch.
Ooh.
Start from scratch. You gotta love it. And I'm sure there's people who probably can add to this tree, but this is what we came up. Anything different you can add, Price? Probably can. But this is our little tree.
No, I like the idea. I told you I was watching this last night. You
Yeah.
know,
And integrity, gonna keep your groups together, and networking and relationships is gonna get you in the doors with these folks over here to the right. That's the benefit to support your community.
well,
I mean, I say we talk a good game, but boy, they don't know this some work.
well, you said that I word is problematic too.
Integrity, huh? I know. I know. I know. But
Hey,
it exists though. It could be it can happen. I
no,
think
I
some
believe in it, Ms. Mo, but I'm just saying when the I don't exist, you go over to G and come up with grifter.
oh Lord, don't do it to me.
Okay, I'm just okay. I ain't mean it like that. I'm just saying I agree
You're
with
right
you.
though. You're absolutely right. But the people with the integrity is the people they don't listen to.
I'm gonna be quiet. You know, already made my head hurt tonight, so
I apologize.
it's all good. I'll sleep on it, and whatever seep in, it seeps in, and I might ask I might ask the question again.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you sound like me. So I'm gonna ask that question again, honey. I don't know what you just said, but I'm gonna go. That's why we have to record our I never was the person I'd be like, I'm like, why they sending me a recording session? I'm not going back and listen to that. Please. Now I have to go back and listen to the freaking sessions. I have to go back and say, okay, now what did he say again? All right. What I gotta do again? Okay. And our meetings only be lasting 1 hour long. But I'd be like, man. But you know what? Guess what? That just means that you can build something in stages. So, just like the grant was listed, hey, we only focusing on the research part of it right now. Maybe about a year or two, might focus on, putting the project together. I don't know. It just depends on how long it takes you to do it. How much time you have. It's work, man. That's why I say people don't be knowing what they're talking about. What are we gonna do for Black people? So one or two.
What
So let me
Smoking
ask
say on
y'all.
Friday?
Let me
Not
ask
a
y'all.
damn thing.
I got a question for y'all. So when you think of it, when you see the breakdown, right, and you see the work it takes to make it happen, should we leave the work up to government and then we just participate?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. I,
Mm-mm.
that's been my biggest takeaway is I'm like, okay, if you sit around and wait on somebody else to address your ills, then you can't be upset
Ooh, oh,
when your ills are not met. So
ooh,
my thing is, if you fed up with what the status quo is, then okay, what needs to change? Identify that
yep,
and start from there. So
Yeah.
and
Simple.
work on it, right?
exactly.
And work on it. So we used to provide transportation for the homeless in the winter. It would start November 1st to April the 1st. And the United Way used to be over the grant. And they would contract, I think I told you guys this before. They
What you think
contract
about them?
they contracted all the services out. So the city of Columbia had one building that could house, I think, 200 homeless people. And we would pick them up from the only way you could get into the shelter, we had to pick you up. You had to get on the bus. And we would drive you from the bus station to the shelter. And I kid y'all not, it probably was maybe 5 miles, if that, right? But they wouldn't let nobody walk. So we were transportation. They hired security. They hired food, catering. They also had what's it called, Salvation Army. They had people to monitor them. They had volunteers. They had people to do the laundry for the sheets and stuff and blankets. They had cleaning, custodial workers. So they pieced, I think it was like 12 contractors all together. And all they did was get the money and pay you and make sure you was doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that went from November to April. So, it's concepts like that. That's why I say, man, I need to be talking to religious groups, not the typical churches, because they they don't operate the same. But you got like these fanatic religious group that have them die hard teammates. What you gonna say, Price?
No, I was just gonna say some of these churches do pretty good, and they got corporate partnerships
Yeah.
with the food banks and these
Yep.
food drives.
Yep.
I see that a lot around here where HEB and Walmart are bringing like a 18-wheeler
Yep. We
of
got it too.
yeah. So I mean,
But
don't knock the churches is all I'm
wait,
saying because
but I'm not talking about that piece of it. I'm talking about the piece of Gap bringing in other community-based organizations to make that even larger, to expand that. So that scenario I just gave with United Way, right? So if oh shit, what am I done? Are y'all still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
man. Come on now. You ask
yeah,
this every night.
be
we're still
quiet.
here.
My thing just shut off. Hold on. My desktop. That's why I said you see there. Um the so the larger faith based are institutions, they'll have they will connect with um different businesses to expand their initiative, whereas our smaller faith-based institutions, they would try to do it all alone. You know, so the my thing just dropped off. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we could really use our faith base to be the community-based organization to expand these initiatives even more.
Well, I agree with that, Miss Mo. I mean, I kind of see that firsthand here. They do it real good with food. Now, transportation is a different thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't
Transportation
know.
after school.
Well, I'm just saying, I just see it. It's very prevalent here with the I think they call it
Mm-hmm.
Central Texas Food Bank, but
Right.
it's a network. It's not just the faith-based organizations. It's the D9. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
comes together and they plug in, and yeah, whoever's running that got it connected really good. Corporate partners
Mm-hmm.
donate food. These
We got
organizations donate human resources. So
so we got that part, the food piece. Oh, we got it down pat.
that's why I'd be like, man, should nobody in Texas be hungry? I mean, even with the the kitchens, the little food kitchens and stuff, be out here feeding people. So the only thing that may not be like full capacity is the Meals on Wheels. So
But that's what I'm saying. So if we can get the food down pat, man, why can't we tap into the other areas as well? I don't know. Maybe it's just something about just the food. I don't
I,
know.
I don't know. Don't ask me that one.
You know. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I would hope because that would make it real easy for us because the pastors got the voice of the people.
Word of mouth. Yep.
So since they already have the voice of the people and they already have the audience, all we got to do is center them STEM programs around the kids that go to church. So I'm saying that they should be the
Then
community.
if I do that, then I won't have nothing to talk about.
Oh, I forgot. I ain't fooling with you.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm going on mute.
But you see how that would make more sense? So I think that's how like the Hebrews get a whole bunch of people because they tap into some more of those resources. I'm not sure, but but look, we can feed and we can do reentry. Boy, that's it. All we know is criminal justice and agriculture. That's it. That's all we know.
I hear you, Monica.
Chris, we need to work on our stuff. It's enough of this live stuff.
I mean, you was going on and on and on. I wasn't about to stop you.
You should have. Like, girl, you know you gonna tap out on me.
Oh man, that information be hidden, man. So
And she be talking giving so much though, Chris. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, she be excited too, boy. She be like, and this and that, and ooh, look, let me show y'all this.
I only get to talk to y'all once a week. That's not fair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you in the spirit, I ain't finna stop you.
I have to get it all in. Shoot, I won't see y'all again until I'll see Price sometimes in the chat. I was giving them that good. I should have screenshot them links.
Yeah, shoot. Both of them, man, that I'm telling you, Price, I already know you probably already own it, but you already know. But that class, man, I'm glad they recorded that webinar. Not just recorded it and put it on my YouTube, but it's private. Because I don't think they want third parties getting that info. So, I just had to share the link to y'all privately.
Okay. What, the AI class?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. True Story has really been pushing that. Well, I ain't seen him in about a week or so, but man, I got so much from that brother. AI is more than just a glorified search engine, y'all.
Oh, you
Yeah.
better know it.
Yeah. 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 Danny, man. Me and Danny was talking about that in like 2018, 2019, when we was on Google Hangouts. And he wanted me to start talking about it on the YouTube channel on the well, it used to be MBK, but now it's Each One Teach One. And I just needed to get more information on it before I started speaking on it. Instead of getting on there and don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah. He been saying he want to start like the Black Nerd channel just to talk about technology and how to leverage tech because I
Yeah,
mean he like if I mean we got to get on board with this and just I mean man he be doing so much he's surgical with it. I mean I just last about 2 weeks ago I showed my daughter how to do research with Chat GTP. Not say hey write me a paper, but
yeah,
literally show her how to do research using Chat GTP.
That's what
right.
we were doing today.
Yeah, yeah. Danny is a smart dude, man.
Man, that dude is awesome, man. So
And
I
we
hope he
was
come
trying to
up.
get him on Sodnetter for so long, and Sodnetter was bullshitting. Didn't want to bring him on like that. I'm like, bro, Danny will
Yeah.
change the fucking community, bro.
Well, he really serious and sincere about what he does. Not to say anything different, but I mean,
Yeah,
That's a whole nother ball game.
yeah, that brother's a real one in my book, though, man.
yeah. Real talk. Love
Well,
that brother.
yeah, he put me on some game with the
Yeah,
Chat GP, gave me some nuggets.
man. Dude, I used to just talk to this dude, and he would just be breaking down like Chris, man, just start where you stand. Go
Hmm.
for something in Houston. And I was like, oh, you know what? Jack Yates, man. Jack Yates, guy had a whole community at Third Ward.
Yep, I remember when you did that, Chris. We bought it.
Yeah.
Y'all was
Yeah.
you would do some little lives out there. You would show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that because of damn Danny and Rob Bourne.
Yeah, that's his motto. Start where you stand.
Yeah,
Yeah, you hit it right on the head.
and
Yeah,
he was
cause
telling me about the god thing. Man, I ain't thinking of. I forgot now. But man, he was just dropping so much history. On me in just like quick little spurts. Even his little gangster rap music video. Man, people need to watch that shit, man. Like for real.
Yeah.
If you do the history, you see where that shit come from. And I tried to
Yeah.
show it to people the other day, but I'm like, man, the stuff that dude, provides is teachable to kids. He always say teach the babies.
Yep. Yep.
That was like a motto.
mm,
And that's a real motto that we should really live by because trying to teach an adult this, some people gonna get it, but most of them not. That's why you start with the babies because they can accept it because we can show them that information and show them the way, and they can charge forward with it. So, man, if man, I just hate Sarnetta did that whole shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
for real, because all them people that be coming to this channel and it be a bunch of bull crap on there. Even though I wouldn't want Danny mixed in with that garbage anyway, but because niggas already was hating anyway when Allen used to go on there with it. Allen don't be giving a damn. He go on there and he gonna chop you up with that shit. He real surgical too. That's why him and Danny good together. Danny like more peaceful and he just gonna show you here and here. And then if you rebuttal, he got something for you to rebuttal. And
Right.
he don't he's not an egotistical person. So, he do this shit off of the real strength that, he's about this information. You sit down and talk to him one on one, and he's just like, man, Chris, look at this. Look this up real quick. I'm like, bro, Danny, bro, this is crazy. And he was like, he'll start laughing. I'm like, yeah, man, told you, man, stuff is real, bro. Like, this is what we be missing out on real history. I'm like, damn, you're right.
Hey, he nice with the AI. I mean, if any of
Yeah,
y'all got his contact, I mean,
yeah.
just shit, bring him up. Man, he'll come up here and love it. He would talk for hours and show all kinds of stuff.
I
And
told Mo a long time ago that we should try to interview Danny.
yeah,
And I was supposed to get him. I was supposed to call him to see if he'll come on because he'll come on. I know Danny. He'll go in on that on all the tech stuff because I remember he was just trying to tell me. It was some years ago. He was trying to tell me something in the chat, and I was like, "Damn, I missed it because I couldn't see the chat." But Danny, he knows this shit. He just don't speak on it online like that a lot. But behind closed doors, man, this dude be on that. He teaching his
yeah,
kids.
he don't speak on it because it's not received well.
Right.
Yeah.
And he feels it has. Oh, I ain't gonna say what he feels. That's speculative.
Yeah.
But he wants us to leverage it.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. We
I know
should.
somebody's like, "Why are you still talking? Don't nobody watch you?" I say, "Because I be practicing for my in person. I don't be care about
Who said
it.
that?
I have a whole nother mission."
Yeah, so it's the same thing, but he like a joker will come up and get 1 million views talking about
Oh my God, what's the
I,
new
you-
stuff?
I
Why
don't
do?
know.
Hold on. Is this the new this new little group podcast uh um talking about the cheating. Oh, that's driving me crazy. I just want to block all of them.
Cheating on what?
So it's like husband and wives. It's like about three couples, and they got an audience, and the audience get to ask them questions. And a lot of the times, the questions stem from what the woman did or what the man did or
Okay, yeah, I ain't got
that
time
kind of
for that
stuff.
mess, man.
Yeah, it drives me. No, it been coming up on my timelines. I don't even get into that stuff. I'm too busy doing research trying to find a grant to write.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff because it be
But
pop.
that's what I'm saying is that's who's getting the views.
Yeah.
Oh look,
Oh,
did
well.
you the one with what's the little one in the Young Thug case? Woody, him and Charleston White
Oh,
been connected. Lord have mercy. And they were doing this little dating thing. It was just horrible. And I'm like, oh my God, look at all these people watching this stuff. Like, why? But that's what people watch. I mean, that's what they're into.
okay. Well, I guess next year this time they'll be mad because AI done took their job. That's the new claim. AI
Yeah.
taking everybody's job. AI
Yeah.
hmm
taking everybody's job. And
Mhm.
And how they gonna take the job you're not even interested in?
yeah, well, the thing is technology be moving.
Yep,
Your job has moved.
Yep.
So why you
Hey,
but
that's crazy.
hey, they they wanted to they want to pay attention to what African Emporium always say, getting caught up into trivial things,
mm,
getting distracted. That's what the bread and circus is all about, getting distracted. While these people creating AIs and robots to take your job in the near future.
That's
yeah,
that's the that's the distraction. I mean, that's what they like though. That's more that
nah,
that has no accountability to it. You're not accountable to anybody. That's just opinionated, and they like that. So they don't have to be right or wrong. They appeal to that. They don't have to go back and have no type of track record to prove that they're doing something. They just
Right.
have a
no. Well, okay, but think about it. It's really that's the life cycle. You got producers and you got consumers.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's same concept.
True
No
story.
producers. No producers over there.
That's why I'm like, yeah, I mean, y'all keep playing around. Y'all about to fuck around and find out, man. Real quick.
Uh, they ain't concerned. That's when they become
Mm.
who's gonna save them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they wait for us who were tapped in. That's where the handout comes. Your job. You're responsible. They can goof off the whole time you know, but then you become responsible for these shenanigans.
Yeah, like boy,
E-
y'all better
ev-
be trying to get a skill set for real.
Everybody be ready November 6th, y'all. Watch. Everybody gonna be ready November 6th.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Wake me up when it's over.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with
Wake
you,
me
Miss
up
Mo.
when that shit over. I don't want to have no part of this shenanigans because I don't want it to be in my ear. My psyche's a nut. Wake me up when it's over.
Well, it can't get here fast enough for me, but maybe we'll get focused then. But right now we is way distracted.
Beyond ain't even paying attention.
Yeah, it's kind of
When you say them grants going hot, when you say one grant go hot on the 9th and
$31st.
and then a grant goes hot
No,
on the 31st.
no, that's a lot of them gonna be hot on the 31st of October.
Okay, well that's
They're called grant makers.
oh
They
the
call them
grant
the
makers.
yeah,
Oh
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, that's TSU now with the article you gave me that they've been announced as it's like 600 million. They got 600 million, $500 million to be grant makers.
Uh-huh.
And
Grant
and
makers grant. So the grant makers is to make they're making you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Grant
They
makers grants. That's they call sub grants. Grant makers sub grants. They
they the
making
approving
them easier to
authority.
get. Yes, they making them you easy to get.
Yeah. So they go hot on the 31st. Then I just
Uh-huh.
thought you had a couple programs that was going hot on I thought you said the 9th November and the 14th of
N-
November. And I was
Oh
like,
no,
that's
no.
after the election.
No, I'm saying no, those grants that you're talking about that I mentioned, they're due on the 7th,
Mm.
the 14th, and the 21st.
So I just think about all that. This is the first fiscal quarter. November is the midpoint of the first fiscal quarter. Then
Yeah.
we got the election coming in. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So we're not going to be able to say that they didn't give anything to the communities because they are making it available now. We just not tapped into the lingo. And I was telling somebody, I was like, because anything I learned here, I even had my my cousin. He's trying to do a youth football league. I say, listen, I need you to start when I have an open webinar. I need you to listen in on them because I need you to get used to the lingo because the way y'all normally used to getting money is not gonna. They're not gonna be speaking in that same language, like I just said in reference to the housing repairs. I need instead of saying housing repairs, I need to be saying energy and air efficient.
Ms. Mo, you just hit something on the head, man. You've been saying lingo all night. So under your compliance office, somebody got to be at least a paralegal, if not an attorney.
Yes. Oh, I had that on my list. I had a lawyer on the
Okay.
list. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that on the list. Yep.
Okay. I ain't gonna
And
bill that
and
to you. I'm not gonna
and
invoice that then.
yeah, yeah, don't invoice that one. I already got that one. And
uh,
a accountant. CPA.
Yeah. You want a CPA.
Yeah, you know.
That's
And
your
the
finance person.
right. And so yeah, TCU is a grant maker. So at the end of the day, if you know who that person is, then you got to say, okay, I done figured out who my grant maker is. Now I need to contact them because I need to see what's available to us.
See, that's my point. That's why I say I went to each of them institutions. They got a whole tab that says research. Every institution, well, I ain't gonna say every institution, but these big dogs, if they are one, two, or three, they got a section that says they like research dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a need in your community, I'm just saying, that's my thought to get some ideas on whatever the problem in your community is. Go to your nearest institution and say, okay, what they research.
Yep. Go see what they're researching and go see what they have available.
Exactly, because guess what? I guarantee you, they already know what the problem is in your community. Whether you tap into it or not, they
Mhm.
gonna do the best they can to tap into it
Listen,
to get the
agreed.
dollars. I'm just saying.
let me tell you what I'm tapping into on this. I'm tapping in teaching the nonprofits that they are trying to give the funding to, teaching them the compliance and making sure they have their stuff in order. I've
And
already talked. I have to have lunch with our grant maker here. And they're getting ready for their 2025 contractual services. And I'm going to be one of them.
Hey, Ms. Mo, guess
Hmm?
what every research institution has? That's probably their first field, or first
Assistance.
compliance, research
Compliant. You
compliance.
got to. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to. And so you just got to find what works for you in that particular field. And it takes time. I ain't gonna tell you no field.
I'm gonna be a hype man. That's what I want to be, the consultant. I'm gonna put the plug in somebody else's back to go put the team together. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a inspirator.
Yeah. Because you know what? You'd be surprised who needs some funds, to keep people motivated and going. Like, it's just they have this stuff broken out so much. So what I've been doing is, that's how I had Chris. I said, man, Chris, jump on the class. I just need you to start learning the lingo. Just pay attention to what they're saying. And then I'll be repeating it, and it'll start to make sense. Because one thing I know about a lot of the YouTubers that we've come across with, like you guys spoke about, Danny, we got really intelligent writers
Yeah.
and very good researchers. And I'm saying to myself, man, if y'all just tap in, you ain't got to do the work. You find that community organization. I can name a couple people that could benefit for this, but they don't want to do the writing. But guess what? We got so many people that we know on the YouTube that can write for them.
Right.
Oh my God. Listen, I said, man, too bad I'm not one of the influencers, because everybody be getting money right now. But they get bored with this kind of content, but they the main ones hollering about what you doing for Black people.
While arguing the shape of the earth. So I just thought I'd throw that cheap shot
Hey,
out there.
they hey,
I
they
did.
lucky I don't know how to throw religion into this.
What you
Boy,
say,
if I
Mo?
if I knew how to throw religion in,
Yeah, arguing about that. Yep, arguing
if I
about that.
knew
Yep.
if I knew how to
Oh,
throw the
you broke
religious
up.
piece in,
You breaking up, Mo.
man. Huh? What'd you say, Chris?
Look, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. It's 9:30.
I know.
Y'all already got my head hurt, but
See,
yeah,
it's 10:30 for me.
it's been good though. No, it's been a lot of good information last night and tonight.